YouTube channel. If you haven't already, please hit the subscribe button and give us a big thumbs up. If you want to spread positivity today, then say something nice in the comments and brighten someone's day. If you're new to the channel, we post a variety of content. Please check out our other videos, which I'm sure you'll like. I'm taking over this video. Hey guys, it's me. We're going to be doing another prediction video. I did the Packers a couple days ago, so I'm going to be doing the Minnesota Vikings. Let's hop into it. Week 1 will be against the Green Bay Packers at Minnesota, so it will be at home. I think the Vikings lost too many players on the defensive side, and they also lost Stephon Diggs. I think it's going to be, for the first couple weeks, it's going to be hard because they're putting rookies at the starting positions. I think the Packers will win this game. I have more confidence in the Packers. The Packers haven't really changed much. The Vikings have lost 4 or 5 defensive starters and Stephon Diggs. So I think the Packers will win this game. I think Aaron Rodgers will be a huge difference because they lost a bunch of players in the secondary, and Aaron Jones will be another big addition because they lost players on the D-line. Let's hop into Week 2. Week 2 will be in Indianapolis against the Indianapolis Colts. This will be Phillip Rivers' second game as a Colt. I think this game could go either way, but I think I may give this one to the Colts. It's going to be at Indianapolis. I think Phillip Rivers is going to be better, but I think he's going to struggle a little bit in the beginning. So I think it's going to be a sloppy game. I think it's going to be like 20 to 17 or something. A sloppy game by both teams. But I think like Marlon Mack or the Indianapolis Colts defense will make a big play. And I think the rookies for the Minnesota Vikings have not gotten settled in, and they're still learning the new offense and the new defensive schemes. So I think the Colts will win this game. Week 3 will be against the Tennessee Titans at home. I think this is going to be a very run-heavy game. Derrick Henry's going to run the ball a lot, and Dalvin Cook is also going to run the ball a lot. So I think Derrick Henry's going to outmatch the Dalvin Cook. I think nobody can really stop Derrick Henry much. So I think the Tennessee Titans will win this game. It's going to be at Minnesota, so that will help, but there will be no fans at this game. So I'll be taking the Titans. Then Week 4 will be against the Houston Texans. I think the Texans are a mess right now. They're still going to be good, but I think they're going to lose. This will be their first win. I think Dalvin Cook's going to run all over the Texans defense. I think J.J. Watt is going to be effective, but he's always hurt, so I don't know. But I think the Texans losing D-Hop is going to hurt them a lot. Deshaun Watson is a great quarterback, but I'm not sure if he can overcome. I think the Minnesota defense isn't as good. It's not championship caliber, but I think they'll still win this game. By the way, the Houston games will be at Houston, but then the Week 5 matchup is going to be at Seattle. It's going to be cold. I think the Seahawks will win this game. The Seahawks have, I think, the better team. Russell Wilson is a playmaker. He carries that team. He always makes them good. So I think Russell Wilson is going to be the difference. I just have more faith in Russell Wilson. And it's also at primetime Sunday Night Football. I have more faith in the Seattle Seahawks. But there will be no fans. But I think it's still going to be very cold. And I think Seattle will come out with the dub. Week 6 will be against the Atlanta Falcons. I think the Falcons will lose this game to the Vikings. The Vikings, I think, have a better defense. Their offense is not as good as Atlanta, but I think the defense is going to make a couple big plays for them. And I think the offense is going to do just enough to win the game. So I think it's going to be a shootout, but I think the Falcons' defense is going to lose the game for them, and the Vikings' defense is what's going to win the game. So I think the Falcons will lose to the Vikings, and then at Week 7 will be their bye week, and then they have to go to Lambeau Field to face the Green Bay Packers. I think the Packers could win this game. I have more faith in Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers is going to torch that defense, especially because they lost a couple big players on the defense, especially in the secondary. They lost 2 or 3 players. I think Aaron Rodgers, Aaron and Aaron Jones are going to be huge players in this game. I think the Packers defense is the better or the same as the Vikings, and I have more faith in the Packers offense than I do the Minnesota offense. I could see maybe the Vikings splitting with the Packers. Maybe it could steal one from the Packers, but I'm putting my money on the Packers beating them both times. Week 9 will be against the Lions at home. I think the Lions will lose this game. I think it won't really be too close. I think it's going to be like a good 10 points. I think the Lions are going to be getting a top 5 pick again. I think they have a lot of talent, but they can't put it all together. I think they're going to be a bad team again. And I think the Vikings will easily beat them. I have more faith in the Vikings over the Lions. Then week 10 will be against the Chicago Bears at Chicago. I think maybe the Bears could win this game because the Bears always steal one from the Vikings. Usually they take one from the Vikings. So I could see the Bears winning this game. I think Nick Foles will be playing at this time. I think Mitchell Trubisky is going to play like 8 games. If he's not doing great, if they go like 3-5 or something, I think they're going to put Nick Foles in. After the bye week, they might put Nick Foles in. But I think Nick Foles will be in at this time, and I think they could steal one from the Vikings. But this is one of the toss-ups. I think the Bears will win this game, or the Vikings could. I think it's going to be a toss-up, but I think the Bears will. Then they will be going home to play the Dallas Cowboys. I think the Dallas Cowboys are going to be a real good team this year. I think their offense is going to be top 5 in the league. Their wide receiver core is top 3 in the league. Zeke is really good. This is all assuming Dak Prescott will be playing. I think the Cowboys, it's going to be a high-scoring game, but I think it's going to come down to the Cowboys just airing it out and winning the game. So I'm taking the Cowboys. Then they got the Panthers at home. I think they will win against the Panthers. I think the Panthers are going to be 8-8 or something, especially in that brutal division. I think they're 1 or 2 years away from being real good again. So I think the Vikings will win this game against the Carolina Panthers. I just don't know how good that team is. That's a wild card team. I don't know how good they're going to be. They could be in wild card contention, or they could be a top 10 pick. So that one's a wild one. So I don't know. Then they will be playing at home against the Jacksonville Jaguars. As I said in my Packer video, I have almost no faith in the Jacksonville Jaguars. I think they're starting from scratch. They have to it's a rebuilding couple years. So I think they're tanking for Trevor Lawrence. And I think the Vikings will easily win this game. Another blowout. I think they have a chance of going 1-15 or something. They're going to be real bad. Then they have to go to Tampa Bay. I think Tom Brady is going to be hitting his groove at this point. He's going to know the offense. He's going to be getting used to the system. He's going to be in a groove. I think the whole team is going to be is going to be good. So I think the Tampa Bay Buccaneers will beat the Vikings. I think Tom Brady's going to go have a good game. I think, and the run defense for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers was number 1 last year. So I think they're going to be really good in the run department, and that's the Vikings' strong point. So they're going to make Kirk Cousins throw the ball a lot, and I don't know if he can single-handedly beat a team. So I think when they force Kirk Cousins to throw the ball a lot, he's not going to be able to pull through. So I think the Buccaneers will win this game. Then they'll be flying home to face the Chicago Bears. I think they'll win this game. I think Dalvin Cook's going to have a big game. It's going to be a very close game. I think it's going to be a low-scoring, sloppy game. But I think the Vikings will pull through and win the game. I think they'll split with the Bears. I think they'll win one and lose once, but I think they'll win at home, but they'll lose to them at their house. So I think the Vikings will win this game. Then they will go to New Orleans, and I think the New Orleans Saints are hungry. They really don't like the Vikings, so I think the Saints want revenge on the Vikings. So I think they'll definitely get it. And I think the additional add of Emmanuel Sanders is a huge pickup. Him, Michael Thomas, Jared Cook, Alvin Kamara, Drew Brees is going to be really hard to stop. As long as Drew Brees doesn't regress a lot, I think the Saints will win this game. Because that explosive receiving core with Alvin Kamara, that's going to be very hard to stop. I think the Vikings will lose this game to the Saints. And I think Saints will get a little bit of revenge. Then they'll be going to Detroit for the final game of the regular season to the Detroit Lions. I think they'll win this game because the Detroit Lions probably won't be playing for much. They'll just don't really care about the game, so I think the Vikings will just win that game and end the season off with an easy win. Because the Lions probably won't be playing for much. They're not going to be playing for a wild card or division title or anything. So I think the Vikings will be playing for a lot in this game. So I think the Vikings will pull through and win this game. I think the Minnesota Vikings will go 7-9, but realistically, I think they could beat the Titans or the Colts. Maybe they could steal one from the Seahawks or the Packers, or maybe beat the Bears. But definitely locks will be definitely one against the Packers. I feel very confident against the Seahawks that they'll lose. I think New Orleans will definitely beat them. And I think the Cowboys, I'm feeling confident. I think they'll lose one to the Bears. I think they'll lose one or both to the Packers. I think Tennessee could give them trouble. Colts could give them trouble. Seahawks give them trouble. I think their low would be 7-9. I see them going 9-7, but their high would be maybe 11-5, 10-6. But the only way they could go 11-5 would if they beat they would have to beat the Packers, a team like the Colts, the Titans, and a couple other big teams. But I don't see them beating the Bucs. I think that's a lock. Locks of them winning would definitely be the Jaguars, the Lions once or twice, the Bears at least once. I'd give them the benefit of the doubt over the Falcons, but I think they're gonna go. I said it in this, they'll go 7-9, but I could see them maybe winning one against the Packers, maybe the Bears. Maybe they could squeak one out against a team like the Seahawks or the Titans or the Colts. But I think they'll go around 9-7. Low, I would say 7-9. High, 11-5. I think they'll finish second in the NFC North. I probably will be doing the Bears next week or in a couple days after you guys see this video. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you don't mind, if you guys can drop a like and hit the subscribe button, that would be amazing. I'd like to get maybe 10 likes on this video. That would be crazily good. Keep it positive, be positive. I know this is tough times, but keep it positive. I'll catch you guys in the next video. This has been Bro. Peace out.